Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of BW People HR Voices Season 4. This year we're going bigger, bolder and more global. And today we are joined by a transformative HR leader who has shaped talent strategy at some of the world's most respected consumer brands. As Executive Vice President and Chief Human Resources Officer at Advanced Auto Parts, Kristen Soler leads enterprise talent, culture and DEI across a nationwide workforce. With leadership experience spanning PepsiCo and Procter Gamble, she brings a rare blend of operational depth and people strategy at the table. Well beyond her corporate leadership, she also serves on the board of the American Heart Association. Welcome, Kristen. It's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Bobby, it's nice to be with you and your audience today.
So this year's format for BW People HR Voices is a little bit different. I don't want to start off with the more informative and the more boring questions. Let's start with something fun. So Kristen, tell me, was there an early defining moment for you, maybe in school, in sports, or your first job that made you realize that you were naturally drawn to people or leadership?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'd probably be my first role when I started as my first job, and I was in a business role, and I realized I can be really good at a lot of things, but what I naturally gravitated to was sort of leading and building teams, and I think that helped me on my journey to sort of make sure I'm able to sort of build people systems at scale. And so, the first jobs are always something interesting, but I think, having that ability to have impact and exposure to sort of figuring out what you like and what you don't like is so crucial to sort of building your skills and more importantly, your career. So definitely that first job was when I realized I love working with people.
Amazing. Kristen, CHROs today, they're expected to influence business outcomes as well and not just people outcomes, right? How do you view this as an HR leader yourself? How do you personally ensure that HR is seen as a revenue enabler rather than just a support function?
Yeah, I think really making sure that each and every function, including HR, is a business owning. We help drive the business moving forward. So I think HR is such a critical thing as an organization, especially at Advanced Auto Parts, making sure you understand the business strategy and then how does talent support the business strategy. And so that's one of the key things that we do here at Advanced Auto Parts is we help build, attract, and develop those talent here at Advanced Auto Parts. So from a revenue generating, we build a ton of skills and capabilities. Great thing that we've been able to do at Advanced Auto Parts is we did a lot of product knowledge to help be able to improve the skills and capability of our organization. And we've been able to see significant revenue generation for those who have taken those micro trainings. So we'll continue to do that. And then at Advanced India, we've seen even more abilities for people to be able to help build their skills and capabilities, particularly leveraging AI and be able to innovate and be able to drive our business moving forward. So I think the future is really bright and it's so exciting to see how we're able to move our business forward.
Right. Kristen, when you compare the international talent with the skill set of Indian professionals, what is something that you see as a differentiation yourself?
Yeah, I think we obviously have a lot of different locations globally. We have folks in Canada, India, and Taipei, and I think they bring such a breadth of experience and learning and ability to approach things with a different lens. And so I think that's what helps with having all those different experiences to be able to help move our company forward. And so valuing all of those from our Advanced India locations to be able to sort of see what they're able to provide so far as ownership, creativity, and sort of helping drive that business moving forward is truly exciting.
Right. Kristen, when we talk about a frontline-heavy organization such as the Advanced Auto Parts, the DEI is something where we see a gap at, right? The gender diversity and inclusion. How do you manage that as a CHRO?
Yeah, our frontline is so crucial to driving our business moving forward. And we need to be able to make sure that we're understanding how we can best serve our team members. those are the ones that are serving our customers. So I actually think it's a business advantage to have such a broad amount of frontline team members here at Advance Auto Parts, because they directly impact our millions of customers. And so we take that to point to listen to them, to be able to understand how we can improve the customer experience and also improve their experience. We'll be better enabled to be able to drive our business moving forward. And the team members that we have actually directly reflect the markets in which we serve. So we make sure that we've got folks who are able to be able to meet our customer needs through different languages or different approaches. And so I think that's the value of our organization, is our people are our best part, and they truly have such a servant mindset to be able to over deliver and meet the needs of our customers. It's just an inspiration every time I'm out at our stores, our DCs, or even here in India.
Right. Would you like to shed light upon some of the initiatives your organization has in terms of, betterment for the employee experience or the workplace culture, and also DEI? Since you said you have a multilingual workforce as well, how are the training and development programs curated, and any other initiative that you would like to spotlight?
Yeah, if you think about our culture here at Advance, is about making sure we're inspiring our team members, serving our customers, and growing our business. So if you think about from that lens, we always want to make sure, how are we simplifying, improving our team member experience? And so I'll give an example of what I think is so amazing here at Advance Auto Parts. And so if you think about it, most people come because they want to not have a job, but they want to have a career. So we're helping build people's skills and capabilities, both on a technology side, but also on the leadership aspect. And so we're providing product knowledge, how to be able to understand sales and technology and innovation on that side. And then from a leadership mindset, we're providing so much of those behaviors to be able how to have a difficult conversation, how to navigate your career, and be able to ask for those different things, and be able to understand what are some of the skills and capabilities you want to learn, because every conversation and every career is unique. We want to make sure we're able to leverage that, so it's not a one size fits all, but it's customized for those individuals to be able to grow that. And then lastly, we want to make sure that people have a connection to what they're doing outside. So we want to make sure that we're able to do that. And so we want to make sure we're market competitive from our benefits. And so we have a variety of different things to be able to drive what that looks like. Here at Advance India, we actually have a pension that we launched last year, and we're providing preventative care this year in 2026. We always want to make sure we're being, front leading so far as providing some of those flexibility and tools for folks to be successful outside of work as well as successful inside work.
Well, some amazing initiatives that you've highlighted here. Thank you for that. Well, Kristen, what is the biggest leadership blind spot you see among the senior executives today? And also, how do you actively work to correct it?
Yeah, I think there's so much that's changing across the businesses and economies, both internally and externally. So I think the biggest blind spot is probably prioritization, making sure there's so many different things that we can focus in on, and making sure how we actually have the thing that actually drives the biggest impact. So how do we do that here at Advance? We actually listen so much to our customers and to our team members to be able to provide those insights, test those with the data that we also are gathering, but then actually making sure which ones have the biggest impact and prioritizing those. We will always have a multi-year journey to be able to help improve that, but let's focus on the ones that have the biggest return, and then be able to then focus on those next things. So I think it's always grounded in data, but then also looking at how we're able to sort of test that with our team members and with our customers.
Right. When we talk about global capability centers, earlier they were viewed as cost centers, but not anymore. They're now viewed as innovation hubs. How do you view that today? How important are GCCs in the Indian atmosphere specifically?
Yeah, GCCs are so important, I think, and they're seeing an evolution as well. And for Advance India, it's been so inspiring and exciting to be able to see them continue to grow and progress over the last few years. I've seen the level of innovation and the ownership of understanding our business. So over the last this current trip I'm on, I've gotten to see so many great stories of folks who are being able to sort of innovate. And so over the last few years, the Advance India has been doing this hackathon where they're sort of inspiring from all parts of functions and disciplines. How can we solve business problems by leveraging technology end to end? And so that's been really great to see, whether that's samples of how we can help simplify the pricing, which is so ever changing, as well as looking at how can we make sure we've got the right assortment, as we've got the complexity of vehicles and operation, some of that customization and across different regions. It's been really exciting to see how they're able to leverage that to be able to help move our business forward and help drive that. So I continue to be inspired even on this trip with some of the things that they're upcoming. So I think the future is very exciting here at Advance India, if you really want to own something from an end-to-end process.
Wonderful. That's wonderful to know, Kristen. When I talk about your personal experience as a leader, you have spent time at PepsiCo, you've spent over a decade at Procter Gamble, and now you're at Advance. How has the definition of leadership evolved for you over the years, and what qualities for you today versus if we say a decade back, what were some non-negotiables?
Yeah, if you think about, leaders are constantly changing, the dynamics are constantly evolving. So if I think about making sure you're able to have that ability to learn and understand and be able to get those insights are so crucial for leaders today, especially if you think about the ever-changing technology with AI. So I think some of the roles of leaders today is being able to have that governance of understanding what's those safe places for businesses to be able to do that, as well as having that environment and culture of trial and practice within that. So I think we've created a really nice opportunity for folks to be able to try and get aware and comfortable with the technology, and then be able to apply that to help drive our business forward. So I think those are the exciting things. So it would definitely be the ability to lead through change, as well as the opportunity and passion for learning. I think those are probably the two biggest skill sets I see from a leadership today.
Agreed. Kristen, if you had a chance to rebuild your organization from scratch today, what is the first people strategy that you would design differently, and why?
Building skills through training. I think that's by far the biggest. If you just talk about what we were just talking about before with the evolution of training, being able to match those skills with training to help build those skills and capability are so crucial. And so I think that by far would be the biggest thing. We've done some great work so far at Advance India and even at Advance Auto Parts, holistically, of making sure we're able to build those financial acumen, technology and operational acumen, and then the leadership acumen, I think, is so crucial. So if I had to start over, I would definitely focus on all those skills and capabilities.
Well, that's a good start. And what is harder for you personally, if I add on to that? Is it transforming the business strategy, or is it transforming the leadership mindsets?
Absolutely. If you think about what we're trying to do from a business strategy, having those skills and capabilities are absolutely imperative for us to be able to drive the business forward. And so we're actually seeing so much pull and interest from some of the things we've been able to sort of do from a product knowledge and from a sales process, as well as some of those leadership and soft skills. People are clamoring and asking, which is that's what you want within HR, is to have that pull of, hey, give me more information and more training, because I see such value as actually driving revenue or driving impact on that employee experience and on that customer experience. And so when you've got that right secret sauce of both of them coming together, it's really exciting.
Kristen, as a leader, what is your end goal? That's a personal question, and I want to end the Q&A round on a happy note. What is your end goal personally and professionally?
I think the ability is just to have an impact, to be able to improve our team members' experience. I think I always want to make sure that I'm leaving something better than when I found it, and have that positive impact. I want to be remembered as developing people and being able to develop processes that sustain that, to be able to drive our business moving forward. And so if that can be what I have a small part in helping drive that across our organization, that would be what I would like to see behind.
Amazing. I'll not let you go like this. I also have a set of rapid fire questions, and I will only give you 2 seconds to answer the question. No time for thinking at all. And
got it.
One word answers. So can we start?
Yep, let's go.
All right, so one leadership quality that will matter more than ever in the AI era.
Learning.
Okay. Hire for skill or hire for mindset?
Hire for mindset. We can build the skills as we just talked about before.
One thing great leaders must unlearn today.
One thing I think would be what got you to where you are will not get you to where you want to be moving forward. So understand that you have to pivot and change.
Great. What's harder to build? Is it culture or capability?
Culture, because we can build those skills and capabilities, but culture comes from an individual decision to believe in the business strategy and be able to help drive that moving forward.
Well, one word that defines the future workplace.
Exciting. I think there's going to be so much evolution that comes in the workplace, and so I think if there's the ability to learn and be able to trial and be comfortable with that, I think it'll be really exciting.
Okay, data or instinct? What do you trust more in talent decisions?
I'm definitely instinct, but I think you have to prove that with data. So I think it's a combination of both.
One habit that separates exceptional leaders from average ones.
Getting feedback and then listening. I think being able to listen to what your organization is saying, I think is so crucial as a leader.
All right, remote, hybrid, or fully in person, what wins long term?
I think it depends on what your business strategy is to be able to drive that evolution. So I don't think there's a one word answer for that.
What matters most? Is it performance or potential?
I think you have to be able to have that foundation of performance in order to have that potential. So I think it's being able to do both and.
All right, lastly, one leadership mistake that teaches the most.
Making mistakes and then learning from those mistakes. I think if you've got the ability to admit that you've done something wrong and be able to learn from that, you'll get so much credibility from not only me personally, but also every leader that's gone through that. If you can do that, you have a really bright future.
Well, thank you so much, Kristen. A lot of our viewers, the majority is students. There are young HR leaders who will be watching this video. Any piece of advice you'd like to give to them?
Yeah, I think the one piece of advice is stretch yourself. I think put yourself in those situations that might feel uncomfortable. Try something that you haven't tried before. I came from the business side. I did not have an HR degree, and I think what's really important is if I hadn't stretched myself, I wouldn't be in this position that I am in today. So be uncomfortable, be okay with those butterflies in your stomach, and you'll learn so much and be able to get way more critical experiences than you ever thought of.
Well, thank you so much once again for joining us today, and I hope the viewers will love watching your insights and hope to stay connected. Thank you so much, Kristen.
Awesome. Thank you so much.